Hey, I'm rolling on 4. They're going to get started here, and I imagine soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, maybe not. Anything like this in the next 3 months is a gift. I just like what gets me over.
We're live. Good to know. Thank you.
Hi.
Good afternoon. So I've been asked to come out and address some rumors in regards to our triple homicide and some of the other homicides we've had over the past couple weeks. We've been made aware that over the past several days that there have been some rumors circulating on social media that some of the incidents are connected to a serial killer. I can tell you definitively that that is not the case. The triple homicide on South Ohio from Saturday, we do believe there is an association with the homicide on the 10th and the 700 block of Moeller. We are still looking for several suspects out of that. We are asking the public, anybody with any information on this case, to call our homicide detectives. Anybody that may have seen a vehicle or any activity in the alley on the west side of the 1300 block of Moeller, or I'm sorry, on 1300 block of South Ohio on Saturday or Friday, to give us a call and talk to our detectives. Anybody with information on that house in the 700 block of Moeller, to call us, to reach out for our detectives. Anybody with video. So we are hoping that the public comes forward with that, but we can definitively say that there is not a serial killer associated with that, either of those incidents. As you know, we did identify and charge an individual with murder out of the 700 block of Ohio. We are still looking for additional suspects.
Did you mean 700 block of Moeller?
Yes, I'm sorry, 700 block of Moeller from the incident on the 10th. So that individual is at Franklin County Jail. there was an additional homicide yesterday on Harrisburg Pike that is unrelated to the incident that occurred over the weekend. Out of the incident on Harrisburg Pike yesterday, we do believe it's domestic related. We do have a person of interest in custody in a different county, and we are hoping that that case gets resolved fairly quickly. Any questions?
Are you able to say why you believe those two are connected? What's connecting them?
I don't. I think that it's important that just so that we know what's accurate information and what's not, as information comes in, that we let the public bring that information to us without me, divulging what we know already.
Regarding the homicide from yesterday on Harrisburg Pike, what county is that person?
Athens County.
Athens County.
So to be clear, you're looking for one suspect additionally in the Moeller homicide and then other suspects in the...
I wouldn't limit that. I don't. If I said that, that's a misrepresentation. We aren't saying how many people we think are involved, or we're not sure that we know exactly the number of people that are involved. We do believe that there are additional suspects out there, and we are trying to identify them at this point.
In both cases.
Yes.
But speaking to the Moeller case, I know it says that there was another suspect in addition to, I think, Graham was his last name, who killed Hamrick. Have you guys identified the other suspect out of that? Or?
We have not.
Yeah.
We know that the women were suffering from gunshot wounds, but was there anything else involved? Were there drugs involved that you can tell us?
Nothing that we can talk about at this time. Obviously, the coroner's office conducted their investigation in the aftermath of the incident. Usually, toxicology reports take several weeks to several months, depending on how fast they get them back. So that's something that we'll pay attention to as we move forward.
Have you been able to talk to the owner of the house? It's my understanding that these were rented. What's the property owner saying? Are they being cooperative?
I believe that our detectives have talked to the property owner, yes.
Has this been a troubled house? Have you been there before? I'm talking about the South Ohio location. Is that been a place known to you guys?
From my understanding, yes.
Why?
I personally do not know, like the exact nature of the runs or the calls for service, but I was told that there is a history to the house.
Do you have any persons of interest or suspects in custody in connection with the South Ohio homicide?
At this point, no, we don't know. We don't have anybody charged out of that incident.
Any possible suspects or potential persons of interest?
I think that like I said, we are looking at the possibility that Moeller and South Ohio are connected in some fashion.
Are you able to say, regarding the Harrisburg Pike, are you able to say how was it like a trauma shooting?
At this point, I think we're going to just let the investigation play out on that. We have not charged that yet, and like I said, we do believe it's domestic related. But like I said, that investigation is still very active.
And you said you have a person of interest apprehended in Athens County.
That is correct.
Okay.
There's a video circulating on YouTube about the Hilltop area and sex workers over there disappearing, kind of sparking some of those serial killer rumors. Are you able to say if there's any truth to that video, if you've seen it?
I have not seen it. We do not believe that the South Ohio incident or the Moeller incident is connected to any kind of human trafficking, any kind of prostitution activity, or anything connected to the West Side in particular.
Now, Ring doorbell cameras or just security cameras have really changed the game for you guys investigating. Is there any video leading you to any clues, or were you guys able to find anything from that area?
So we are still actively canvassing the neighborhoods, looking for businesses or residents that have video. Anybody that has a cell phone video, any kind of digital evidence is going to be huge in a case like this. So we are asking the public. We are going to work through our PIO office to put out a map of the area and maybe get one of those QR codes that people could to send the video to and get if they have it. But we are actively asking the community for help in supplying video that they may have.
What about the friend who made the 911 call? Has they been helpful at all? How are they connected to these people?
I don't think it would be responsible for me to talk about specific people calling and what they contributed to a case or not.
One more. Why is it important for you to come forward and
Well, I think in today's day and age, unfortunately, sometimes these rumors that circulate can take on a life of their own. And it's our job to be transparent with the community, but also in the case where maybe there are some people or that are afraid that these rumors may be true, that if we know definitively that they're not, it's not necessarily responsible for us to let that fester and let people get scared about potential threats that may be out there. So in a case such as this where we know definitively that it's not true, it's our job to kind of help temper that a little bit.
Sorry, I have one more too. Running trouble inside of Ohio. Is there a reason why
So I think that's an avenue that we're pursuing to say whether it definitively was, but I think every case is different, and we get information during the course of an investigation, and it's our detective's job to vet that. So as we get if we hear rumors or we hear individuals talk about gang or drug activity connected to an incident, we follow through with that and find out is that true, is it not. We talk to the officers in the area, we talk to the people in the area, and try to vet that.
So for now, you think that's the avenue? You think that's the case for right now?
I wouldn't say I think it. I obviously I've heard the same things you have, so I mean we're obviously looking into it, but I wouldn't say 100% that we're saying that this is gang related yet.
Well, that's all the time these guys
All right,
got
we
hard
appreciate you
out.
coming
So
out.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
And like she said, as soon as we get that map provided, obviously we'll get that out public.
All right,
So
thanks.
just to clarify, you said we could say that they're connected, we can't give us that explanation on why they're connected right now.
Right.
Okay.
You're giving us
Just
a
on
little
a
bit.
picture. Can I
Yeah.
ask one more thing off the
Still
camera?
alive.
Did they live there, while they were there?
We're not going to be able to get into that. It's just too
Okay.
deep into the weeds. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's
And I
way
think they're
too
all
deep
still
into
street.
the weeds.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, way too deep.
Thank you.
Sergeant.